Hi everybody, it is Tuesday and you are in the kitchen cooking with Evey. And today I am so happy to have with me my fellow chef here, Beth Walsh, who also happens to be my sister. But better yet, I'm going to be working with a Ninja Bullet mixer today, and she's very familiar with it and I am not so she's going to be helping me out with that. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So today we are going to be making our orange immunity boosting smoothie. And I have all the ingredients set up here. And I just wanted to run through them real quick so you know what makes it immunity boosting. Basically, it's anti-inflammatory, high in vitamin C. Vitamin C is great for our immunity. It's also anti-inflammatory. So we're going to be using orange citrus for that. Along with that, we have ginger, which is also a wonderful anti-inflammatory ingredient, great for any kind of stomach distress that you might be having as well. So, and then some of my favorite spices. Do you use these?
I do. Yep, cinnamon and turmeric.
Excellent. Turmeric. Love, love, love them. Turmeric, really good for supporting the liver and anti-inflammatory. And then we're going to add in a little bit of pumpkin, which is also a great source of vitamin A and vitamin C. So we're going to be adding a little bit of that in along with our almond milk. And I think that pretty much is that we can, if you'd like, you can add in a protein powder, which will add the protein boosting if you want to do this for breakfast. If you want to do it as a snack, it's actually great as a snack. You don't even need to add the protein to that. So, should we get started?
Let's get started.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
So, the first thing we want to do is, I wanted to show you how to prep the orange for this. We don't really need to do that much because it's going to be all ground up. But what we do want to do is get rid of the peel, because the peel tends to be a little bit bitter. Thank you.
Not a problem. Yes, let's just do that so we can actually see.
Excellent. So, okay, so Bethy's going to show us how to do this.
We're going to cut it in half. Then we're going to take each end and we're going to cut off a small slice off the end. So we're not taking too much of the actual fruit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just carefully cut around. Can you see? Cut around the end so that we get away as much as the white as possible. So that this way you're getting a lot of the fruit and not the bitter rind.
Right. And what's great about this too is you don't have to be that picky about it. It doesn't really matter. It just depends if you want to get rid of that kind of bitter flavor. There's actually a lot of goodness in an orange peel. So if you don't mind that, as long as you wash that orange, you could use the entire orange. Perfect. All right. And can we start adding it into the container? Perfect.
Throw this out of the way so that we can keep going.
Excellent.
Am I cutting it up in small pieces?
Yeah, you can
cut it up at least in quarters.
Sounds good. See, great minds.
We'll do the second half. And while I'm doing that, what are you going to do with the ginger?
Okay, so what I'm going to do with the ginger here, I'm looking for my salt. Ah, thank you. All right, so what I'm going to be doing then is I'm going to be adding in a small amount of ginger. I'm going to add, say, maybe about, I'm cutting off, this is a rather wide piece, so I'm cutting off about 1/4 inch of it. Now, if you'd like, you can go around and take off the peel, but I washed this ginger, and you don't really need to remove the peel from the ginger, especially since we're going to be grinding it up into a smoothie. So I'm just going to cut this up into some little pieces like so, and add it right into our mixer right there. So we've now added our orange, our ginger, we have bananas. So I'm going to grab out my banana from the freezer. Now you want the banana to be frozen at this point so it stays nice and cold. It also helps it stay nice and thick. What I like to do is, you can see I have a whole bag of bananas in here. When they get too brown and nobody else is eating them that way, I put them into the freezer, and I actually have a half a banana right here. I peel them. Do you do this?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I peel them, and if you could just cut those, like 1 inch, half inch slices, just to keep things smaller. I can pull them out when I need them, and I'm going to put these back in so they stay frozen. But you can see how easy it was to cut through that, right?
Very easy.
Okay, so we've now got our pumpkin. We don't have our pumpkin.
We don't have a pumpkin. But we need
we need our measuring cup, And I just have some organic pumpkin here that I like to get it organic when I see it. Sometimes I buy it up during Thanksgiving and I have it left over. Do you do it?
No, actually, you can get pumpkin any time of year, so
Yeah.
I don't even. I
That's
just
good.
buy it when I need it.
For a while, there was actually a shortage.
Was there?
How could you have a shortage of pumpkins? Okay, so you know what? Let me get you a spoon,
Yep.
and maybe you can spoon that out for us.
Okay.
So we are going to do a half cup of the pureed pumpkin. If you have pumpkin that you've roasted, and sometimes I roast it and freeze it, you can put that in as well. We
Half a
got our
cup?
half cup. All right, awesome. And once we have that done, I'm going to ask you to add in, we do need smaller measure.
Oh, yep. So for the cinnamon, it's a quarter cup, and both a quarter teaspoon, I should say.
So, is that a quarter? Yeah.
Just double checking.
Better eyes than I have.
Just double checking. You don't want any
Okay.
mishaps.
But you know what? If you add more of the spices, that's fine too, because a lot of people don't realize that spices are actually anti-inflammatory
Yes.
and they're really good for you. So, you know, don't worry. And that's the great thing about cooking for yourself. You can add in, you can increase amounts, decrease amounts if you don't like
absolutely.
it. And if it works then the way you like it. All right, so we have our ginger added in. The next thing we're going to do is add in some flaxseed. So I have some flaxseed here. Flax is great. It thickens it.
Oh, okay.
It kind of turns like into like almost like a gelatin when you
Okay,
add liquids
good.
to it.
That's what you need for a smoothie.
But even better, it has a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, which are really good for inflammation, fighting inflammation. So if you would, we're going to add in a half a tablespoon, which is equivalent of 1.5 teaspoons. So we actually have a wonderful 1.5 tablespoon measuring spoon here that we can use.
Nice and
Otherwise,
easy.
1.5 teaspoons. Again, if you want to use a heaping rounded teaspoon, that would work too.
Absolutely.
And the other thing too is if you add a little bit too much, you can always add more liquid in afterwards. And speaking of liquid, our liquid is
Almond milk.
almond milk. So let's give it a shake.
Okay.
So this is, I made this almond milk this morning. It will tend to separate. So that's the big difference with making your own.
Of course.
But we want to add in maybe just a little bit less than a half cup.
Okay. Oh,
You can just use that. That's
Okay.
fine. The other good thing too is we're reusing the cup
Yes.
that we used before, but
that's okay. Little bit. We're getting the extra pumpkin out of there.
There you go.
Okay.
And if we decide that it's too thick when we're done, you can always add more of the almond milk. We're going to then, we've added in our navel orange. I'm just going along our list of ingredients here. Now, optional. If you like a little sweeter smoothie, you can add in a little bit of maple syrup. We're going to start without.
Let's try it
and I'm
without.
gonna-
Yeah, let's try it without first. First without, and then we'll see how it tastes. Okay.
Sounds good. All right, we'll experiment and we'll let you know. All right, and then if you'd like to, maybe we'll leave the protein
we can
out
leave
because
the protein out.
Yeah, and we're gonna kind of do it as a snack. So, but if you'd like, you could add in your protein powder now too. All right,
Are we ready?
we're ready.
Okay.
All right, this is new for me too
This is-
because not familiar with this machine.
The Ninja blender is very easy. I mean, really, if you see, it's just an upside down. You have your grinding mechanism. You lock it in, and then you just turn it.
Oh, I love it.
Let's just turn it right
And
back.
it's just as noisy as a button.
It is. It's just as noisy, but a little smaller. But I mean, look at that consistency. It's very thick
I
without
love
even having like the protein in it. Let's give it one more, just so that I mixed it up a little there. So we get the top to the bottom all together. Ready? One last big one.
And of course, if you have a regular blender, it works fine in the regular
Absolutely.
blender too. This is just really nice.
It's
that you
well, it's beautiful because you can actually, if you wanted to, if you're making it for yourself, individual serving. So you can actually just put a top on it and take it to go. Let's see.
Awesome.
Okay. Oh,
Should we pour it out in glasses?
Yes,
So
we'll
both
pour it
get
out in glasses so we can
Okay,
see.
here.
You got those?
Yep. Do we need a little liquid in there?
We might, just if we wanted to kind of pour out of the
Do a little bit more of the
almond
almond
milk.
milk. Yeah.
Let's do a
It'll be
smidgen
quick-
more. I'm gonna pour it right in.
Yeah.
Let's just do that.
And the other thing too is you could add ice cubes to it if you wanted to, and that would keep it nice and cold.
Yes.
A little noisy to chop up, so this
Okay, ready? One more. Okay, that to me sounded
yeah.
a little bit better.
Oh, I love it.
A little messy.
Who would be messy in the kitchen? Come
absolutely,
on.
absolutely. Okay, so let's give this a whirl. It might still be a little thick, but that's okay. We'll do that.
All right, nice. Okay, we might have to eat it with a spoon.
I was thinking the same thing.
But you can add water to this. You can add more almond milk to it. You could add ice cubes to it. It's lovely.
Yes. All righty.
Should we try it?
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my gosh.
Very yummy.
Like
Definitely.
That's good. I don't think it needs the maple.
Neither do I, nor the vanilla, unless you wanted the protein in it.
Right. Uh-huh.
Excellent.
And I can really taste some of the pumpkin in it too. So hopefully if you
the-
like pumpkin.
The banana does a nice counteract with the pumpkin, makes it sweet.
Awesome. All right. Well, we are going to continue enjoying
Yes.
our snack here. And I will also post this with the ingredients later on. But I hope you enjoy this. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
today.
having
It was
me.
so much fun.
Enjoy.
All right, everyone. Enjoy. Let me know if you make this, and I will see you soon with more of these anti-inflammatory recipes.
Bye.
Bye-bye for now. Take care.